That's perfect.
Yeah, my name is Kisuhi Paihana. I am the LIANZA President for this year. I work at Toi Whakaari, the New Zealand Drama School, which is based in Newtown in Wellington, and it is a grey, wet day outside, so I am ensconced in my office with the heater going. Does anyone have any questions?
No questions from me. I've heard of Toi Whakaari, and I've heard it's a good, because I used to do some acting, so I've heard of the place.
There we are. That's great. Now I can see everyone, all three of us. So, who are you and where do you work?
My name's Anna Dempsey, and I am the assistant librarian at Niwa.
Oh, right, just good. And people came to visit you, didn't they?
Well, I mainly deal with people via email.
Right.
I don't actually get to see a lot of people. I see Niwa staff around the place, and I liaise with my two colleagues in the library, but other than that, I barely see anybody. So yeah, it's a big change from my previous job where I was working at the Tony Library and I saw practically everybody.
Oh, wow. Yeah, lots of people all over the place. Yeah, it's holidays at the moment, so it's super quiet here. The dancers are still running around, but most of the acting students and design students and costumiers are away on holiday, so
fair enough.
It's very boring. Sometimes it seems like we never go on holiday, but now that I've just come back from mine, they've all gone. So, right, bear with me. I'm just going to tweet this photo. Oops. Yeah, I've my background is in public libraries up in Auckland and the Waikato, and I moved down here 5 years ago to be library manager of this library. Yeah, which is interesting. It's a tertiary level educational institution, but it is also very specialised. So there's kind of a mix between specialised and tertiary. Because we have a small student body, we don't have the same challenges that the university or Victoria or Massey have. You kind of know everyone who comes in. We have a couple of reciprocal arrangements with various departments at Victoria University. So we've got subscribers who come in as well, but mostly it's our own students and the things that they're doing, which is always very interesting, finding out what they're up to. But I mean, that's changing as well. It's kind of the way that the school is teaching is changing, which means that we are having to adjust the way that we work, which is a big challenge for me at the moment. Mostly moving from kind of what I would call a traditional library service with books on the shelves, very limited technical infrastructure, to much more stuff delivered by digitally and online. But we're kind of starting from scratch, so all at the moment is all I can see is this huge thing. But we'll get there. It's fun. We're working with the students and the staff to try and get that through rather than making it all up ourselves, which is good, I think.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with libraries these days. We have to evolve with technology, otherwise we get left behind. So, but it is a big daunting thing because I'm so used to books and things. We've got a lot of books ourselves, but we do a lot of e-journals and things as well. So, yeah, we're up with the play.
We're not quite that far through yet. We're getting there. Really.
Yeah, it differs between each type of library as well as to what, how you evolve technologically, really.
Yeah, and that's what I'm finding, going through all the academic journals. They're often talking about huge places who have got a huge number of journals that they already subscribe to, that they've already got kind of online finding things, and we are so far away from that. And that's probably not where we want to go anyway. We probably want to go more for lots of videos, so a much greater requirement for broadband and the kind of the size of the pipe that the thing comes down. It was just somebody who came in for coffee. So I need to work through what that means, because this library provides services to Toi Whakaari and to the School of Dance. So Toi Whakaari especially will be mostly performance-based, but then how do we provide services to the School of Dance without locking them out completely, because lots of their stuff is still hard copy, DVDs and paper. But also lots of their stuff is only online, because lots of the contemporary dance companies are so new and so innovative, and they often don't have the money to do video recordings, so we get lots of ballet recordings of Swan Lake. We've got 32 versions of it or something, because each one, the company is different, and the soloist is different, and then the person who maybe has tweaked the choreography is different, so it depends on what our students might be dancing as, and they need to see all of that. So the contemporary ones, sometimes they'll do YouTube videos and things like that, and then sometimes they'll have things on their websites that you can look at, but we can't provide that through the library, as in through the library collection yet. We can provide it through PCs that we have here, but I'm sure there's a much more efficient way of doing it, a much more useful and effective way for the students. There must be subscription sites that we could subscribe to that they could go in through us, but it's working out what's the most appropriate for everyone. As usual in a library, what's it going to work for your students? And if the way that the curriculum's being delivered is changing, then what does that mean for you? And that's kind of where we're at. Change for the curriculum, which is really exciting and interesting. We've gone through acting and design, and the technology and production thing has changed as well in the way that they're doing things. And now it's the library's turn to kind of work out how we fit into that. It's only happened over the last, feels like it's sped up over the last 2 or 3 years, now that everyone else is all sorted. Yeah. Any other questions? This will be a very short.
I was going to say, have you seen the new app by Systematic, which is something that can sit across all sorts of catalogues and library management systems and look like you've got a seamless catalogue? But they've actually
not yet.
They've actually got an app. They're going to be at a conference, and it looked really, really exciting. So like an app you can download to your phone, and it can manage all different kinds of data, so video and all sorts. Systematic are a Danish library systems company. They also work in the military and a couple of other areas, as all the big library supply companies seem to do. And they've just implemented a single library system for about 96% of the Danish school and public libraries.
Wow. Oh, was that I saw an article about that. I think it's one of my tabs that is waiting to be read.
Possibly. Anyway, they were over to talk about conference, and one of the new products they had was this really awesome little app that can sit on most devices that could seamlessly sit across different library systems and make them look like a single integrated front end, which I thought was really cool. So given that I just work for the LIANZA office and don't actually work in a library, I haven't got any testing to see if it as it looks.
We're still in kind of the information gathering stage, both with what we want and what the technical possibilities and solutions are for that. So any little bit of information is good.
That's cool.
Feels weird.
It does.
It's my Wi-Fi doing weird things. I'm sure you already know this, Anna, but the libraries and the results from the Library Futures Summit are out now for people to have their say on Recollect. I think it came out in today's newsletter.
Yeah,
it said something about coming out on Wednesday, like the notes and everything.
First thing tomorrow morning, you'll get get an email with your login and everything going live, but there's some stuff in there to play at the moment. We're just gradually making more and more of it public.
Sweet.
And it should look nice and pretty if you click on the link.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't. I get a blank page. Mind you, that might be tomorrow. It would look pretty today. It's just like, you don't have access yet.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm keen.
Yeah, I'm about to email council with their logins and administrator,
Okay.
so you guys can go in and play. If you want one too, Anna, I can flick you one as well, so you don't miss out.
Oh, no, that'd be great, thank you.
Anna Dinchey. Yeah, it's been quite fun learning how to use Recollect. So we wanted to publish the report, Anna, in a way that people could comment on specific ideas in it and specific actions and kind of tag other people. So it was a living document as opposed to a kind of definitive report that says this is it. So it'll be interesting to see if it works. We're pushing the technology of the website a little bit to make it happen, but it's been fun to try and do. So we were sitting there this morning cursing ourselves because if we just published a PDF, it would be done already. And
technology takes a lot longer.
Yeah, it does indeed.
And collaboration, which is one of our big things that is coming out in the documents. You know, we want it to be collaborative. We want people to be able to comment on it because not everyone could come to the summit, and we want it from all kind of levels of traditional library hierarchy, from library assistants all the way up to CEOs of councils, to have a say in possibly what we could do, because it's all about the communities and what we can do for communities. You know, not public libraries. Like our biggest group of attendees was from public libraries, but there's a lot of stuff in there as well that I think can be applied to tertiary and school and special libraries, and the way kind of general librarianship, Libraries Aotearoa, how we interact with our communities and the people, because it's, you know, as far as people are concerned, we're just libraries.
But we've got to be more than that, really. Like one library in Hutt City Libraries, Taita, where I used to work at Hutt City Libraries, and they have a community hub kind of joined with the library. I mean, it's a small library, 'cause I haven't been there, but it's, you know, turned into a big community hub as well. So it gives it more than just a purpose of being just a library. It's a place for kids to hang out and, you know, feel good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was more in the fact that you work in a library, I work in a library, and if we say to people we're librarians, people go, oh, so you do the same thing, when, you know, which is not necessarily the case.
Oh, I see.
So more libraries as kind of a journey, perhaps, through what people are doing than just a library.
So I always get called a librarian because that's librarian or let's go to the library. It's like, it's not a type of berry. You need to read.
I think didn't they read on story as well through Deport Library? They were saying, here's the librarians and here's the library, which is nice. It was nice to see that building on kind of their current affairs thing, because it's so beautiful. Although the little kid going to the camera.
Oh God, old stereotype.
Yeah. Like,
because I mean, I couldn't tell people to shush at Petone Library because it was noisy all the time. So, you know, you can't tell kids to be quiet because they're just doing what they do.
Yeah. All right. What's just happened? Yeah. Just dropped out for a bit.
Yes.
Wi-Fi.
It's rearranged the pictures on my screen.
Oh, is it? Oh, because I'm last now.
Yeah.
I came in late.
No, you're still in the middle on my one.
Maybe it's the way that we're looking at it. Yeah, mine's the same, but there's only 3 of us.
Oh.
That's it. Shall I tell you what else I'm doing? Then. Oh, unless you have a question? What's that question?
I'm all good.
Right.
Apparently your network bandwidth is low.
Mine?
Yeah, it says on the top.
All the students are away and it's still low. It kind of puts, you know, my idea of the digital virtual library with everyone accessing it on their own devices from around the building, it's going to need a lot of, well, it's going to need a bit of a boost. Anyway, so I'm also going to go to NDF this year, which is very exciting. I like the National Digital Forum. I like what it's doing. I like the fact that it's cross-sectorial, in terms of GLAM's, kind of the GLAM sector. I like to see what other people are doing, and I'm hoping to get some ideas from that in terms of the kind of ways, not necessarily the technical ways, but the way that we could interact with our community, the school community, to deliver some of the things that they want. Because people have got lots of ideas. It's up to us to try and work out how to deliver them without being prescriptive about, are we going to use this thing, at this stage anyway, to do it. So I'm very excited about that. 13th and 14th of October in Wellington. And then our conference, of course. Are you going to come to our conference?
Yep, all signed up.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to the Nigel Latter one in particular, the workshop. Yep, so yeah, all about change. It could be, you know, I mean, I know it's more library focused, but, you know, change is a terrifying thing for anybody, really. So, yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, no, he's going to be really refreshing, I think. He said his speech is 1/3 kind of Zen Buddhism, 1/3 coping tactics, and 1/3 harden the fuck up. And when he was on the phone, I got that little girl giggle, like, oh my God, you just swore. So, yeah, he's going to be a hoot, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, no, he'll be great.
Good. Right, I'm just going to tweet this. Probably very boring for anyone watching this recording. One moment, please, while I tweet this thing. My other account. Here's me trying to be clever. It's not really working, is it? No.
We've got a conference committee meeting tomorrow where we decide on the dinner menu and things, which should be really exciting. So.
Oh, that should be exciting.
Yes. The venue's first suggestion in our price range was a single drop, so no choice on the menu. So we've vetoed that because we don't think that would make for happy librarians.
No.
Was it the alternate drop?
And what if you're allergic to certain things? You want another choice just in case.
Exactly, and even if you're not, you don't always feel like steak if that's all that's on the menu. Or so that's cool. We'll get it sorted.
Collect. I'm also doing a thing called Fun Palaces later in the year, but not with my library, although it's very library focused in the UK. Their motto is everyone an artist, everyone a scientist. So it's kind of a place for the community to come and do arty things with a kind of science focus or be inspired by scientists. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. We're just going to do it at home. But there's lots of other libraries involved in it, mostly in the UK. We're the only New Zealand people.
Pretty cool. It's pretty awesome the stuff you can connect with overseas now.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do it these days.
Yeah. And it's kind of an individual thing. Everyone does their own thing, but having, which is I think is great. Like we've got this kind of general idea, and I've got a general idea of the sorts of things that we want to do. We've got a poet living with us at the moment, so we're going to do a poetry evening before she goes back home. Poems about science. or something, don't know, do some art things. One of my flatmates is hoping to do molecular gastronomy at home, which will be fun. I've got no idea how he's going to do it, but that's the problem.
Wow.
Making sea foam and stuff. Should be good. Am I just going to...
I think that's probably good, unless Anna's got any more questions that she'd like to ask.
No, all good, thank you. Just looking forward to the conference in November. So
it seems kind of strange that we're all sitting in Wellington. Like, we could have just got together for coffee.
My manager sent me the link because she couldn't go because she's got a meeting, but she's like, oh, if you want to join, that's fine. I was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, that is pretty cool anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to repeat it. I think the low turnout's probably because I had the flu last week and we weren't able to run it. So
yes, I noted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's interested. That's base.
What we've found with the others is that we've had a relatively low turnout to this, but then we have about 100 hits as soon as we post the video. So,
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I guess people are on their lunch break anyway, whereas I kind of finished early, so that was fine.
Nice. Well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to tweet me at Library Chris or at LIANZA President, which is probably a better one to send them to. Then I can answer them on the official stream. Perfect. Or you can DM me if you have any ideas. And if you don't want to participate in the Recollect document, you can DM me your ideas as well. Twitter is the best place for getting hold of me. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Anna.
Cool. No worries. Nice to see you.